Welcome back, troops. Let's tab 59. What a cracking day I've got today. Beautiful morning here. So, I want to talk about Remembrance Sunday. And I've done a couple of previous videos, obviously. It's quite an important time for me and a lot of other veterans and supporters. But it's an important time for me, Remembrance Sunday. And I've done a couple of videos, I say, you've obviously maybe seen them, about Remembrance Day and the possibility of a protest, veterans turning their backs, etc., up at the Cenotaph in London. But this video is slightly different. I want to talk about Remembrance Sunday and I'd be interested to know what your thoughts would be on Remembrance Sunday that weekend becoming a bank holiday in United Kingdom, or at least in England and Wales, because Scotland and Northern Ireland have different bank holidays to England and Wales. So let's get into this. So first of all, we all know, I'm sure you all know that watching, but certainly if you're in the United Kingdom, that we have Armistice Day, which is obviously the 11th of November, the 11th month. 11 o'clock is the exact moment the guns fell silent in 1918. 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. Now that can't be moved, obviously. That's going to fall on a different weekday or weekend, depending on the year. But then what we do in the UK is the nearest Sunday to the 11th of November is Remembrance Sunday. So we sort of celebrate it twice, apart from when it falls on the same day. So normally what happens on Armistice Day, it falls on a weekday or maybe a Saturday. It's not a public holiday or anything like that. It's recognised by lots and lots of people that at 11 o'clock, people in shops, in businesses, in work, or whatever they're doing, will stop and have 2 minutes silence and then carry on normal jogging. But then that nearest Sunday, like I say, which is what we call Remembrance Sunday, I think in America you call it Memorial Day. Wind. We then have a ceremony. There's obviously the one up in London and all over the towns and villages in the United Kingdom. At 11 o'clock there'll be the reflaying, a service, 2 minutes silence, etc. So that's quite an important day to us, to many people. But it's not a public holiday, it's not a bank holiday. And apparently, from what I've seen, there's been at least twice, people have raised a petition with the government at the time to make Remembrance Sunday a bank holiday. Now, let's just talk about the pros of that, and then we'll go on to the counter argument of why it shouldn't be. I personally believe that it should be. So many people, a lot of veterans especially, on Remembrance Sunday may travel outside of their city, their town or their village to attend a specific Remembrance Sunday somewhere else. It might be because it's somewhere they served or it's somewhere they grew up. I often go back, I live up in Lincolnshire, but I go back to Kent. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I'll travel down to Kent. Now it's okay for me, I'm retired. But if people do travel away on the Sunday to have Remembrance Sunday somewhere else in the country, then obviously they need to get back on that Sunday, ready to go to work on the Monday morning. Now, I'm not saying that Remembrance Sunday is a celebration and we all get hammered, although a lot of veterans do. You have the parade on the Sunday and you do the solemn, respectful part, and then many people go to a British Legion or a similar sort of ex-service club or even just a pub nearby and have a few drinks, and that can go on until the evening. But of course, most people, a lot of people, have got to go to work then on the Monday. Now, if it was a bank holiday weekend, at least then they wouldn't have to rush back. You could take your time and enjoy the celebration, not celebration, but the memory of the fallen. So that brings us on to the counter argument. Well, actually, I'll come on to that in a minute. Let's carry on talking about this, why I think it should be. So I think it should be, for those reasons. So 2 petitions have been raised, as far as I know, one in 2012, which only reached something like 340 signatures. And of course, I think you have to get to, I don't know how many thousand before it gets discussed in Parliament. So obviously that one in 2012 didn't make it. 340 signatures, it's not enough for the government to even bother with it. And I don't know why that is. Maybe you could tell me. Maybe you know something about it. And there's another one in, I think, 2017, and that only reached 33 signatures, but I believe that one in particular was something to do with the general election. And so they couldn't, the petition ran out of breath, if you like, because it was held up because of the elections happening. There might have been other petitions raised, I don't know. But I think it should be. We've got, when you think about it, here in England and Wales, we have 2 bank holidays in May. 2. All right, May Day one, that's quite a traditional one, I get that. We get a second one in May, towards the end, for no real reason that I can see. I mean, enlighten me. Maybe I'm wrong. So, and then we have one in August, with another bank holiday in August, towards the end of August. And then there's nothing, there's no bank holidays until Christmas period. So if we, say for instance, we don't have to have an extra bank holiday, but we could move one of those bank holidays from May, the latter one in May, not the May Day one maybe, move that one to Remembrance Sunday weekend. And that'd fall nicely between the last one in August and then the next one that falls in Christmas. So I think we should have that. I don't think it'll ever happen. Obviously, doesn't seem to be enough people interested, especially young people, I suppose, because not all young people, I'm not having a go at young people, it's not their fault, but I don't think it's maybe an educational thing. Maybe parents, maybe schools aren't educating the children enough about Remembrance Sunday and exactly what it's about. I know it happens in a lot of schools, I know it does, but I don't think it's happening enough, and therefore it's running out, it's petering out. So maybe that's the reasons. Maybe there needs to be more educational remembrance or leading up to it. I don't know, you tell me in the comments. Now the counter argument. Let's get on to the counter argument. This is the argument of why Remembrance Sunday shouldn't be a bank holiday weekend. First of all, people will say, well, Armistice Day, which is the 11th of November, and that can't be moved, could fall in the middle of the week, which it does. And therefore, it's not close enough to the Remembrance Sunday to warrant it to be a bank holiday weekend. That's one argument. So there you are on a Wednesday, say, or whatever. Because Remembrance Sunday is always the closest Sunday to the 11th of November. So it could happen it falls on a Wednesday, say, the 11th that is, and then you've got that gap Thursday, Friday, Saturday till the Sunday for Remembrance Sunday. It's too far apart to warrant a bank holiday. Well, I don't think that's enough of an argument myself, but that is one of the arguments. The second argument that's against Remembrance Sunday being a bank holiday is that people feel that a bank holiday is always a time for families to have a nice long weekend, take the children away to the seaside or whatever, and have a nice happy time. And that Remembrance Sunday is a solemn time, and therefore if it's made into a bank holiday, people will just use it as a celebration time to get away with the kids and have great fun and not really use it as what it should be for remembrance. So there's an argument there. They think it'll just trivialise it or turn it into more of a party atmosphere than a solemn weekend. So I get that. But there you go. That's my sort of take on it. I just think it should be. I don't know. Please let me know in the comments. I don't mind which side of the fence you're on. I know what side I'm on. I would love it. Let's Tab 59 would love it if the government announced that Remembrance Sunday from now on is going to be a bank holiday weekend, and we'll lose one in May, or maybe have an extra one. Keep the 2 in May and have an extra one, because this time of the year, when it starts to get into winter, there's not much to look forward to. Summer ends, and the next thing you know, fucking nearly had me. Nearly had me then. Yeah, so summer ends, and we come into that wintertime period. Then the next thing for people, for a lot of people, is Halloween in October, obviously. And then after that, you've got bonfire night, or Guy Fawkes, whatever you want to call it, 5th of November. But they're not holidays, they're not bank holidays. You've got those 2 things going on, and then it's Christmas. So maybe a nice bank holiday in November with a good emphasis on remembrance and armistice. Maybe it's a good thing. I think it is. I think it needs to be a little bit more uplifted. I'm not saying turn it into carnival time and have big floats going through the town or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. It should still be it's a solemn time of memorial. I get that. It's not to be turned into a carnival weekend. So that's my thoughts. What a cracking day. Do you want a little look around? Want to have a little look around? I'll turn you around so you can have a look around. Hold on. Now, I've been up here before. I'm sure you've seen it. What a lovely day. October the 9th. Fantastic. Look at that. The sky is really quite cool. There is a bit of wind and the temperature's dropped, but it is a beautiful day here in Lincolnshire in October. Leaves are starting to turn because we've got a bit of wind and they're starting to come down. Just turn you back so you can see my ugly gob again. There we go. So, thanks for listening to that. Please comment if you can on this one, because I like you to comment on all my videos. I value all your comments, whatever you say. But I think this one's important. Should another petition be put up? Why have the other 2 petitions failed? Well, we know one failed because of general election. But the other one in 2012, 340 signatures, and that was it. Crazy. Let me know what your thoughts are. Should we try and get another petition going? I don't know how to do that. I'm too thick and old. But maybe someone out there will have shed some light on how to do one, and should we get one going or not? I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what you say. So, enough waffle from me. Thank you for your support. Oh, a quick shout out. I've got to make, because talking about the weather, how nice it is here, quick shout out before I go. I've got a subscriber, one of my subscribers, out in the United States. His name's Buzz. That's his nickname, Buzz. Ex-police detective. Retired now. He's out there. His son's in the United States Air Force, I believe. Thankfully, with what's happening out in America at the moment with this hurricane, is it called Milton? Storm Milton? Massive hurricane hitting Florida at the moment. I've been watching on the news the last couple of days. And Buzz is out there and we chat quite a lot. Buzz, thanks for keeping me up to date on what's really happening on the ground out there. I hope you're well, mate. I hope everyone out in the United States, if you're in that area, I hope you're all safe. Your families are all safe, etc. We're lucky over here. We just get a bit of puff of wind now and again. We don't get anything like you guys get out there. So thanks for all your support, Buzz. Thanks for everyone for your support. And please keep an eye on the channel. If you haven't subscribed to me, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, why not? No, I'm not saying do it. I'm saying consider it. Oh, one last thing before I keep remembering things. Things keep popping in my head. A couple of people have asked me about, would there ever be any Let's Tab 59 merchandise? Well, funny you should say that, he says, because we were talking about this around the time of September. We were doing the challenge, me and the Trace around, and we thought we haven't got any money, we're on our arse, right? So we can't buy loads of stuff in and hope it sells. So what we thought we might do is come up with something that's quite cheap for us to get, and that, because we can't buy, you can't buy just 2 or 3, you've got to buy 80 of something. And we've come up with a design for a black baseball cap with the Let's Tab 59 logo on the top. Now we're thinking about maybe purchasing a few of these printed up and seeing if anyone's interested and sell them. Not to make it won't make any money off them. You've got to cover the postage and packaging, so it's something cheap. See how they sell, and if they do all right, then we might move on to say t-shirts, and later on sweatshirts and hoodies, stuff like that, with the Let's Tab 59 logo on it, and maybe the odd slogan on the t-shirt on the back or something that says, "I'm not saying do it, I'm saying consider it," something like that. So let me know your thoughts on merchandise if you'd be interested in anything like that, just to give us an idea if there's is any interest in it. Otherwise, we're going to end up with boxes full of baseball caps we can't get rid of. There you go. Anyway, thanks again for your support. Stay safe, especially you guys out in America if you're near that storm. Stay safe. Until the next time, from beautiful Lincolnshire, remember, let's tab.